Better together. Welcome, dear Stoic Becoming Adventures. Nice to have you back. Today, we'll explore the Stoic principle of sympathia and how it can empower us to build stronger relationships and communities. In a world that often glorifies self-reliance and independence, Stoicism reminds us that we are inherently connected. To live well, we must not only master ourselves, but also understand and cultivate the bonds we share with others. The Stoics believed in the unity of all things, that we are each a part of a greater whole. This concept, known as sympathia, encourages us to see ourselves not as isolated individuals, but as integral parts of a larger, interconnected system. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, put it simply, "We are made for cooperation." This guide will dive into Stoic principles that emphasize our interconnectedness, cooperation, and how to thrive collectively. We'll also explore practical ways to apply these ancient teachings in modern life, whether in personal relationships, the workplace, or our communities. 1. Sympathia, the principle of interconnectedness. Let's start by deepening our understanding of sympathia. In Stoic philosophy, this concept encapsulates the belief that all human beings, indeed all living things, are connected by a shared nature and a common purpose. The Stoics believe that the universe is a rational, ordered system, and as parts of that system, we have a duty to work together harmoniously. Our fates are linked, and no one can truly flourish in isolation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, frequently reflected on this in his personal writings. He urged himself to remember that what is good for the bee is good for the hive, emphasizing that our actions should benefit the collective, not just the individual. In today's fast-paced, competitive world, it's easy to forget our shared humanity. We're often encouraged to focus on personal success, sometimes at the expense of others. But what if we viewed each interaction, whether at work or in our personal lives, through the lens of sympathia? Here are some practical applications. In relationships, when conflicts arise in personal relationships, it's tempting to react defensively. Instead, try to view the conflict as a shared challenge. Ask yourself, how can we solve this problem together? This shift in perspective fosters cooperation and empathy, strengthening the bond. At work. In the workplace, it's easy to fall into a competitive mindset, viewing colleagues as rivals rather than teammates. Stoicism teaches us that we are all part of the same team, working towards a common goal. Embracing this mindset can lead to more productive collaborations and a more supportive work environment. In society, as members of our communities, we have a responsibility to contribute to the common good. Volunteering, helping a neighbor, or simply being kind to others are small acts that, collectively, can create a more harmonious society. The Stoic principle of sympathia reminds us that by improving the lives of those around us, we improve our own lives as well. 2. Oikeiosis, understanding our role in the community. Another Stoic concept that ties closely with sympathia is oikeiosis, which can be translated as affinity or appropriation. It's the process by which individuals recognize their place in the world and develop a sense of belonging. The Stoics believed that as we grow, our sense of self naturally expands to include not just our immediate family, but our community, and ultimately, all of humanity. Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, spoke of our duties to others as part of this expanded sense of self. He encouraged us to care for others as we would for ourselves because, ultimately, we are all interconnected parts of the same whole. In today's world, we often focus on ourselves and our immediate circles. But the Stoics encourage us to expand our circle of concern to include everyone, from family members to strangers. Here's how you can apply this in your life. Cultivate empathy. When interacting with others, try to put yourself in their shoes. Recognize that their struggles, joys, and experiences are as real as your own. This practice not only strengthens relationships, but also enhances your own sense of connectedness. Contribute to the greater good. Whether through volunteering, donating to causes you care about, or simply supporting those around you, look for ways to make a positive impact on the larger community. Stoicism teaches us that by benefiting others, we fulfill our duty as human beings and contribute to the harmony of the whole. By embodying Stoic virtues in your interactions, you can influence your community positively, creating a ripple effect of good behavior. 3. Virtue and cooperation. The Stoic path to flourishing together. Stoicism teaches that virtue is the only true good. Virtue, in this context, refers to moral excellence and living in accordance with nature. The four cardinal Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, are essential not only for personal development, but also for creating harmonious relationships and communities. Wisdom, the ability to understand what is good, bad, and indifferent in life. In terms of working together, wisdom allows us to see the bigger picture, to understand that cooperation and compromise often lead to better outcomes than selfishness. Courage, the strength to face challenges with resilience. It takes courage to admit when we're wrong, to listen to others' perspectives, and to work together towards a common goal. Justice, fairness and respect for others. Justice is at the heart of cooperation. It reminds us that we must treat others with respect, acknowledging their inherent worth and working for the collective good. Temperance, the ability to control our desires and impulses. In a cooperative setting, temperance allows us to practice patience, tolerance, and understanding, especially when others may test our limits. Wisdom in decision-making. Whether in personal relationships or at work, strive to make decisions based on what benefits everyone, not just yourself. This requires wisdom to see beyond immediate gratification and recognize the long-term value of cooperation. Courage and vulnerability. In relationships, it takes courage to open up, admit faults, or ask for help. Being vulnerable allows others to do the same, creating stronger, more authentic bonds. Justice and fairness. Treat others with fairness and equality, especially when conflicts arise. Ensure that everyone's voice is heard and respected. Justice and teamwork ensures that no one is left out or undervalued. Temperance and patience. Practice patience in challenging situations. Whether dealing with a difficult colleague or a frustrating situation in your community, temperance helps maintain balance and fosters a more productive environment. 4. Bouncing back together. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is resilience, the ability to endure hardship and bounce back stronger. The Stoics believe that adversity is an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to it defines our character. What's fascinating about Stoic resilience is that it's not just about personal toughness, it's also about collective strength. We can face challenges alone, but we often thrive when we face them together. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about how adversity strengthens us, much like how fire strengthens iron. He also acknowledged that humans are social creatures, and that leaning on others for support doesn't make us weak. It makes us wise. Lean on others. In times of difficulty, don't be afraid to seek support from friends, family, or colleagues. Stoicism teaches us that we are interconnected, and seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but an acknowledgement of our shared human experience. 5th, finding purpose. Together. Finally, the Stoics believed that living in accordance with nature means fulfilling our role in the greater whole. This includes contributing to the well-being of others and finding meaning in our shared existence. By working together and helping others, we fulfill our purpose as social beings and find a deeper sense of meaning. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is good for the hive is good for the bee." This quote reminds us that by contributing to the greater good, we ultimately benefit ourselves. In your relationships, find purpose in your relationships by supporting the growth and happiness of those you care about. This doesn't mean sacrificing your own well-being, but rather finding a balance where both you and others thrive. In your work, look for ways to make your work meaningful by focusing on how it benefits others. Whether you're helping a team member or creating something that will impact your community, recognizing the value of your contribution can enhance your sense of purpose. In your community, be an active participant in your community. Whether through volunteering, mentoring, or simply being a positive presence, contributing to the collective well-being gives life greater meaning. Final thoughts. As we've explored, Stoicism isn't just about self-mastery and personal resilience. It's about understanding our place in the greater whole and recognizing that we are all interconnected. By embracing sympathia, the Stoic belief in our shared humanity, we can build stronger relationships, collaborate more effectively, and find deeper meaning in our lives. In modern life, applying Stoic principles such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance helps us not only become better individuals, but also better members of our communities. By working together, we become more resilient, more fulfilled, and ultimately more aligned with the Stoic path of living in harmony with nature. So, remember, we are better together. Stoicism teaches us that by cultivating meaningful connections and contributing to the greater good, we not only improve our own lives, but also help create a world where everyone can thrive. If this insight has resonated with you, I encourage you to show your support by liking and commenting on this video. Thank you for joining this journey. Stay strong, stay connected, and continue your path toward wisdom.